dramatically better at being able to be handled. No essence cost reduction here, no essence cost reduction here. And again, let me just take off the fact that I'm currently permanently draining 7 essence per second. Ooh, we're not dipping too hard anymore, are we now, boys? We're not at 100% of our essence cost. We are very slowly losing some. But without an offhand equipped, again, where I could have even more resource cost reduction or resource generation, since I have so much from my chest and my boots. And that doesn't really seem like a downside. It seems like I will just put on this helmet, absolutely no question. Gives me maximum life with survivability stat, gives me more damage on core skill. Lucky hit chance is kind of like meh, but it's cool that that stat is there. I could have lucky hit chance to be able to restore essence like we used to use back in the day, or even just exposed flesh on the ring as well. Because oddly enough, like losing out on a little bit of a multi here to gain 125% increased damage from this is definitely a good trade-off. But it's the fact that it also has maximum resource, a stat that you typically have to choose to use a legendary helmet to be able to benefit from. So again, if you look at Godslayer, this item does not have maximum resource on it. If we go and look at Shaco, another great item that a lot of people are going to be using, while this one has resource generation, it doesn't have maximum resource on it. The reason why that's so important, the reason why that's so powerful, is because I also think that this amulet is basically going to make its way onto nearly every single build on the Necromancer. Blood builds can just cap out their crit chance with this, as well as gain a huge multiplier they don't currently have. Sever can just completely cap out its crit chance with this, as opposed to using something like Grasping Veins, which doesn't have 100% uptime. It just gives you a huge critical strike damage multiplier, as well as a massive amount of additive. And this thing desperately wants you to have as much maximum resource as possible. The thing that this helmet just so happens to also have. So here's my problem with the item. Solving for its damage boost is trivial at best right now. I think that this thing's damage bonus could either be cut in half, or the resource cost reduction that it gives you could be cut in half, or it could just not give you any resource cost reduction at all, and then you're forced to fully invest into it across the rest of your stats, be able to gain the benefit of it. I actually really like the idea of like Lucian, who is the son of Mephisto, if you're unaware, currently completely banished, like probably to the void or just unmade in reality. I'm not super caught up on the Sin Wars. I'm not super caught up on the Sin Wars lore. I think Odyssean did this boy in, but I really like this idea that a demon's crown requires you to gain a huge benefit out of it at a huge cost. Sadly, the cost right now is just kind of non-existent for any build that has gone beyond 4 out of 12 masterworking and actually has like GA and masterwork crits on relevant stats for it. I think that every build will be able to solve for this problem, and the entirety of the season will be overrun by 225% damage on your helmet, because why would you use any other helmet? Again, look at Godslayer. A 1.6 multi versus a 2.25 multi for a 3-second window every 12 seconds or 100% uptime. I think it's a no-brainer. Hopefully the developers get similar feedback like this from other people, because I don't think that I'm alone in thinking that this will completely stagnate the entirety of the meta and itemization, and everybody will just be walking around looking like a cool demon. Maybe that's fine. Maybe you're okay with it. I'd actually really like to hear other people's opinions. Definitely very cool. Definitely very powerful. Going to ruin the meta. Just no way around it. This thing is like Tybalt's Will, but on crack. It is absolutely bananas wild. And the fact that the vast majority of builds can just go ahead and toss on a Starless Sky. And the fact that the majority of builds can just toss on a Starless Skies and just use this potion right here, and then literally have no essence issues at all, seems a little bit too powerful for the amount of damage that you're going to get out of it. But again, let me know down in the comments, how do you feel about it? Am I just another crying content creator that's going to be ruining the game from you? I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It would help me out a ton, and leave a like on the video as well. That goes a really long way to help tell the YouTube algorithm that, like, hey, nerds should see this. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it helps, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Shaco is not the best in slot item for 90% of builds, so they don't even have to worry about doing that. Something's in my throat. Why can't we have nice things? Because I want to personally ruin the video game for you. Lucian, rant, and demo. You think Blizzard was not ready for how much tempering changed the game? I think they had no idea. For Necro, would it be Tyrael's Might in that chest slot? It depends on the build. There is no single chest piece that's good on every single Necro build. It's just too strong. Like, regardless of how you feel about it, this item is literally too strong for what it does. And I think if you look in your heart of hearts, you will realize that that is true. Excuse me. With Lucians, we need to find DR somewhere. No, you don't. DR does not actually save you in the end game. Like, it depends on what your build is, right? Like, you can still fit on Hardened Bones. You probably want to fit that somewhere, so you're at least not getting tapped by, like, basic monster damage. But there is... Having enough DR to be able to survive the pit that you're at means that you could put on more damage and push a higher pit, or you could stay at the pit that you're at and survive it. At least you have to solve for it, but you don't. Any build where you need to solve for this, you are already solving for essence, and essence management is completely solved on builds. So this doesn't do enough. Like, the only reason why I need to be at 100% essence is because I'm a Bone Spear build. And if I'm ever at less than 100% essence, my damage drops off. Every other build actually doesn't care how much essence it has, unless it's very specifically using this item. So like builds which are using this item need to solve for the same thing. And this is completely solved. And this is without min-max gear. Like, the power of min-maxing gear, like, you drop the 100 additive damage here to put essence cost reduction. And every single build can solve for this. You mad cute, G? Thanks, Unk. Is the issue maybe Starless Sky? Is the issue with the new item that was added to the game after Starless Skies the fact that Starless Skies exist? I can't follow that logic. So I would say the answer is no, but like, this is insane. Does movement speed affect horse move speed? No. How's new dagger? I haven't dropped it yet. Yeah. Like, we took off Starless Skies and I went infinite on it already. And like, again, if you have to drop, let's say you had to drop like a 50% damage multiplier just to fit on Torment onto your build. And then you just triggered that by Bone Storm on like Blight that has Bone Storm uptime. You've solved it, right? You've effectively lost nothing because you've gained so much damage bonus. Because like your helmet didn't have a damage multiplier on it previously in most circumstances. Sometimes you had concussive on it. Concussive, you would have a 20% damage boost. So you'd lose a 1.2 and a 1.5, let's call it. A 1.2 and a 1.5 equal to 1 times 1.2 times 1.5 is a 1.8 total multi versus a 2.25. So it's just like strictly more damage, even to put on an essence generation tool. So yeah, your helmet in the vast majority of circumstances never represented more than like a 10 to 60% damage multiplier. You got to play with Riker? Hold on, where's Riker? Hold on. Is Riker streaming? He just ended? Riker! Hey! You play with randos, but you won't play with your friend, Mac? This is some bullshit. Oh, this is where all my socks are. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Hold on, nobody has gifted me a sub in Riker's stream. This is some bullshit. Bro. Some bullshit. That's okay. And this isn't a Riker hat. This is Riker's hat. This isn't some Riker hat. I took this from Riker. This is some bullshit. That man has sweat in that hat. And sometime. Never mind. The new... Oh, what, this? Hold on. No, I got him to give me his hat. Absolutely. If you have a Morticrux and you're not using it, I will absolutely take it from you. So the question is, what happens with this? Oh, these are Rackanauts. Wrong boots. You've offered me one twice, Grims? Why didn't you offer it to me in a whisper right now? Istvin? That's a good name. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, all right. Apparently we're testing everything now. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Do I want Endurant Faith? No, thank you. Oh, I'm immediately sweating every part of my body off. All right, now how do we abuse it? Well, if they didn't cancel BlizzCon. 15 to go on the bar out of monsters. Rip. The addition of the Rackanauts Wake boots are making everybody basically ask the question, how many cooldowns and how quickly could you spam them on the majority of builds? Obviously, things like the Druid have a ton of almost automatically resetting cooldowns that they can abuse for these boots. And you can see why people would be interested in doing this in certain circumstances. One, comes with cooldown reduction on boots, that's great. Movement speed, attack reduces evade cooldown, a really nice one. And a metric ton of both non-physical damage, which is just interesting additive damage on boots, but then all res. And while the Necromancer and the Sorceress don't necessarily care about the all res, this does just mean you literally never have to pick up a single node in your Paragon. You can just use skulls in your amulet, in your rings for armor, and basically remove a bunch of affixes from your gear. But the question is, what are the fastest cooldowns that you can possibly spam on the Necromancer? Obviously, we have things like Bone Prison along with Rapid Ossification, so that by casting Bone Prison and getting my explosion damage, and then using Bone Spear to help reduce the cooldown, we can, in some certain circumstances, reduce the cooldown here. We also have Decrepify with Lucky Hit chance to be able to reduce our cooldown even further. Heck, we can even go with using a big ultimate skill and things like Blood Wave with Fast Blood and picking up Blood Orbs, and you can spam these things pretty quickly. But no, I figured it took me 2 seconds. Two seconds. I honestly did it by accident. Why try to figure out ways of reducing your cooldown when you can just spam cooldown skills that never go on cooldown? Big brain. Corpse Tendrils is a cooldown skill. You attempt to cast it and then you fail to cast it by not targeting a corpse. And then because you have used a skill with a cooldown, you trigger Rackanauts Wake. There you go. Here's your build. Infinite triggers forever. Now, the major problem is that people playing on a controller won't really be able to do this because monsters will inevitably leave corpses behind. So you will absolutely auto-target one of the corpses around you. But maybe this is how your bad build finds some way of doing very fast, completely costless spam of skills on a boss where you don't generate corpses? I don't know, man. This will absolutely get fixed, but I figured I would show off this bug while it lasts because this is hands down the funniest thing that I've seen in a little while. Let me know what you've tried out. Do you actually think that there's a Necro build that can use this effectively? Because once this gets fixed, there's no way it's going to be in the game like this once it goes live. But hey man, crazier things have stayed in the game. If you can think of a way of creating some type of corpse tendrils spamming build that doesn't make corpses but does get damage multipliers on it, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Toss a like onto it. It means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this one brought the same smile to your face that it brought to my face. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And then this one will just be for the developers. Hey everybody. I think I found a problem with the new Rackanauts boots. And it's that corpse tendrils, when it fails to target a corpse, does not go on cooldown, but it does count as a cooldown skill, and I can permanently and infinitely trigger this as long as I'm fighting a target that doesn't generate a corpse. Figured you'd want to see this one. With the new Rackanauts boots, and it's that corpse tendrils, when it fails to target a corpse, does not go on cooldown, but it does count as a cooldown skill, and I can permanently and infinitely trigger this as long as I'm fighting a target that doesn't generate a corpse. Figured you'd want to see this one. Okay, well, that was fun. Put these boots away forever. Worry about those another time. Go back to here. Go back to here. Where are my boots? Not Yen's blessings. Where are my boots? God damn it. Oh, they're on my other character. Do I hate hearing my own recorded voice? Now that I've been doing this for years, not so much. No problem, Sean. I'm glad that you enjoy it. Failing to target a corpse on corpse tendrils triggers Rackanauts boots, but doesn't put the skill on cooldown. Infinite spam. Give me these boots. Boots. This stupid. Why do you always put on that thing, the logo, when you're about to record? That is a scene transfer, Bruno. Also, it's my cool song. I own that song. That's just my song. But it's a scene transition. Give me them boots. Give me them boots. Boy, give me them boots. So the question earlier was whether or not this. They were doing like 30,000-ish. So that works. Here's the question, though. What the fuck? Oh, I was running out of essence. Okay, so by the end of it, I'm getting up to around like 300,000-ish. Why isn't this solved? Oh, my boots. My boots! My boots! My boots! My boots! So it does not appear to modify the damage. Hold on. No. This is hard to test. Do I have control in here, by the way? I need to take off control if I do. I think I do. Okay, take that off for a hot second. Oh, because sometimes I'm vulnerable-ing. It's about 80 to 120. Thank you very much for the follows. Mystic Joey, Ted, Orbit, Grizzlius, Charmeleon, Sparrow, Mr. Gizmo, Painkiller, Killjoy, Merrick, thank you for the follows. I was up to like 90,000. It appears as if this is working. It's kind of hard to say. I do not believe that Helm of Lucine is working. How do I get my temper manuals back? Do I need to farm them? Yes, you do. Sucks. How did that pure Bone Prison build perform before that? Like pretty mid, like D tier. D to F tier. Would Ring of Sacrilegious Soul trigger the boots when it consumes a corpse, assuming no? It does not put a skill onto cooldown. Or it does not trigger a cooldown skill, so I don't believe so. Make damage of Bone Prison bigger? Yes, it does. Yep. The enhancements don't do anything in particular. And like these don't really matter. Like, yes, you can apply vulnerable, but you already do through the Bone Prison. It's like 70 to 100,000. Yeah. Now the question is, how high could you realistically get this damage? Wait, Sirach, did you already do all this, by the way? Is there any Great Feast aspect build? It's not really a build, it's you just put it on. Like I'm using it on Bone Spear. Just a free 45% damage multi. Now the issue with this build immediately is that you would never seek to actually cast Bone Splinters. I guess I'm actually maintaining 100% uptime on Bone Splinters. Actually kind of fine. Actually kind of fine. Necro isn't 1/1000th the strength of other classes. Necro is honestly what the rest of the classes should aspire to be power-wise. Paingorgers suck the absolute fucking moon out of the sky. I'm not legitimately testing Splinter's build. I'm looking at skills. What are the other things that say basic skills? Aspire to be Necro? Necro, like, yes, there are like trash tier things that you can do on the Necromancer. But like the best Necro build right now and the worst Necro build right now is a difference of 20 tiers, where that tier is starting at like 120. Bone Spirit can like possibly get up to like 150 maybe. So like our best build is only like 5 to 10 tiers above our next best build, not even. And then our worst build is still at tier 120. And builds doing, like, the class doing between like 120 and 150 right now, I think is like realistically where damage should be in the game. I think that builds that go beyond that are overperforming. It's a sever mobility aspect, and I have, yes. I have tried it. Oh, this? So let's see. Let's write these down. Baratheon increases the damage of Trag'Oul splinters. Oh, this triggers Moonrise? Oh. Trag'Oul's triggers Moonrise. This is missing. So this is a 3, it goes up to a 4. So this is missing 33% damage. So that puts us just short of 1 million without really thinking about a lot of other stuff right now. So it's 3 million. $5 million. 5 million per target. Moonrise increases Trag'Oul damage. 3 million to 25%. 3.5 million damage right now per cast. Hot diggity dog. And then you would need Bone Splinter. Then you realize you could just do Bone Spirit, which eats all of your essence before the Bone Splinters can enjoy the benefit of it. So that's fun. Chance for Bone Splinters to cast twice. You can get up to like 30% on your here. What does that look like? It's a chance per splinter. Have they fixed attack speed? I'm not sure what that question means. For Reap? Supposedly. I have to test it. It does not work with the Bone Prison. No, I've tested that. Does it have adaptability? Yeah, it has adaptability. It's a resource, right? As a generic aspect. And like Varathiel has maximum resource. Why would Varathiel ever have max resource? Other than to specifically work with this fucking amulet. Why does this have maximum resource on it? It's actually the same item except for the last stat. Lokrin's is all stats, max resource, attack speed, and then additive crit. Shard of Varathiel is all stats, max resource, attack speed, and then basic skills. Who did this? Hey man, as always, I can't tell what you're saying is better. Is it spear or spirit? My ears are crap, so it's hard to tell. Thank you for all the testing and work. Can you give me context, Adrian? I haven't talked about either of those skills in like hours. Somebody handed me the sword. If the question is between those two builds, which one is stronger, it is Spirit. If Necromancer curses work on bosses, they do. The boss can have a curse applied to it. It does not have the crowd control applied to it, and instead converts that to stagger. It does not, Fizzy Pop. They do not spend essence themselves. They do not trigger essence spend. Like boom, boom, boom. Watch. Oh. There you go. Not a problem. So I go from doing 200K. Boop. Is this not working? Maxed out 8,000 crit. Should be like significantly larger damage, shouldn't it? I need one guy. Is it the rogue buddy? Yeah. This is what we're listening to right now. Voodie got this company to generate this music. It's all free use. This is Loot Goblin. Voodie! Voodijo. 4,000 monthly listeners. Hold on, is this man making money off a spot? I didn't even think of that. Huh. No, my understanding is, I don't know, but Low Wave Records produced the music for him, is my understanding. So. About 2,300-ish. You know what I need to do? Also, I just need to do this. Boop, 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 boop. I don't think adaptability works. When cast at or above, basic skill damage. This clearly triggers on damage that comes with a cost. This is just basic skills deal more damage. Yeah, so this doesn't work because we're not casting. Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay. Adaptability. Adaptability doesn't work with Trag'Oul. Not casting the skill. Same with Lucian. Trigger. But does work with Starless Skies. Ah, interesting. Yo, thank you, Dot Dot. Dude, it's... Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Help. Mages are shown as having only normal attack. I don't know. Okay. Is there anything else I need to test for this? How do you spell homogenization? Homogenization. How do you spell homogenization? HOMOGENIZATON? Homogenize. Yeah, I got it right. GG me. No, I don't have a song function. It's on Spotify. Hunter, thank you very much for the $2 chat. Gotta go with girlfriend. Have a great time. Enjoy yourself. Answer the question. Can you please explain multiplicative versus additive damage? All additive damage goes into the additive damage bucket. All multipliers are a brand new multiplier to the entirety of your damage. If you look in the description of the video, I have a damage explanation video. I'd highly recommend watching it. Yeah, so they get Varathiel's buff because Varathiel just says basic skills do more damage and that they have a primary resource cost as opposed to not. It is just two modifiers of the behavior and the damage output of basic skills, as opposed to adaptability, where adaptability says when cast. This is not casting skills. It is triggering the missiles. It's triggering the creation of these missiles without casting the skill itself. Okay, what else? Also, I just need to get rid of like this trash in my inventory. And why do I want Reap to be the build instead of Bone Splinters? Doesn't do AoE damage. That's why. I have to be very careful here. Don't ruin any of my pieces of gear. Okay. Have we tested Shattered Spirit? I think I can very easily think what it would do. It would read this. It would not read adaptability. The major issue with Shattered Spirit is that to get Shattered Spirit's bonus, you have to cast Bone Spirit, and Bone Spirit eats all of your essence. And since it generates the missiles after the cost has been consumed, your bone splinters that fly off of it then do not benefit from the normal systems that scale bone damage. Anybody know of a build that uses Sacrilegious in Black River? Yeah, it's called Infinimist. It's pretty bad. Super chill build, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's not good by any means, but you can like go do Helltide with it. Did Bone Spear get a buff? No, there's just new items in the game. Okay. Is there anything else we need to test from this? Yes, you get Uber Uniques from Tormented Gregor. You are very unlucky. Well, are you even very unlucky? You're pretty unlucky. How does Decompose work with the new sword? It increases its damage. Oh, but probably ticks essence once per second, I would assume. Let's see. Take off essence per second. Take off this. Take off this. Take off everything. I don't need anything on right now.
I'm low on essence.
Huh. Wait. Oh, so why am I generating so much essence per second? Guess I'm just a necromancer. Okay. I have 143 essence. We are going to time. Notice how it still says Notice how it still says, 15 seconds at 25 essence per second. Huh.
I need more essence.
Now here's the weird part though. Let's do it this way. So that was 15.56. Oh, that's not what I wanted to click.
I'm low on essence.
Spamming decompose with shard of Varathiel doubles the rate that you run out of essence. Okay. Okay. But it should. Are you gonna permanently go here until I stop? God, I hate your games so much sometimes.
I lack the required essence.
Decompose generates essence on explosion? Why? Why does it do that? Because it's coded to generate essence per damage tick. Oh, and you gain 10 essence. Oh, they added essence gen to it. Huh. It's time to stop beating around the bush. Necro is just dogshit, badly designed class. I don't know what bush you're beating around, boss. It's like really not that deep. It's a video game. This is like very minorly interesting. It feels so underwhelming compared to others. It definitely feels underwhelming in comparison to some things like Sorceress Mobility and Barb Damage Output. Curses like Iron Maiden, no one wants that. Iron Maiden is like the single best leveling tool in the game, bar none. Before the game became like like just leveling to 100 took all of 5 hours, Iron Maiden was the reason why the Necromancer was without question the fastest and strongest leveling class in the game. While I personally don't care about Iron Maiden, I think you might have an incomplete understanding of the class and how it exists inside of the ecosystem of the video game. When will anybody use Initiate's Reap? Except in Abattoir of Zir, kinda. They swapped color to ultimate damage too. But none of our skills do ultimate damage other than Blood Wave. Oh me. Oh me. They just took execute things out of the game because we kept executing ourselves. That was pretty fun. The 45% base scaled damage. About to add 300 ultimate damage onto this bad boy. Let's go. What build am I crafting? I'm testing things. I'm testing Varathiel right now. This would modify their damage as well. And it should count as a cast for, it would, for adaptability. Hold on. Hold on, he's cooking. Hold on, I was cooking for a second. Oh, does Reap actually benefit from attack speed now?
I'm low on essence.
Ah, take that off. Hell yeah.
I need more essence.
Hell yeah. Okay. So now... how would we ever scale this? That. It's its lucky hit chance. Dog water. Cool. Do I have Reap Pants? Reap plus new corpse unique? No. Then you can't use Varathiel, which is like the whole reason to do a basic skill build. Requiem. %. Okay, they count as minions. Simulacrums count as minions. They are doing damage, right? The animation is cool. This was Shard of Varathiel. You just have to find it in the game. This is Mortarcrux. You also just have to find it in the game. You want to do Hell Tides and Whispers. This effect is treated as a macabre skill. No explosion sound. Ah. Does it have variants? It has variants? That sucks. On a boss, you can go infinite on corpses. Lucky hit chance. 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 All right. Trigger a regen on macabre skills. Does it work like when they spawn, does it regen essence? What does this effect is treated as a macabre skill even fucking mean? Yeah, it shouldn't work. But you said seems underwhelming, which is not it didn't work. It seemed to work worse than you expected. So I was confused. Plus macabre skills should not increase its damage, no. This has intelligence, which will increase its damage, but oh, does this has intelligence? Let's do it this way first. We are testing the new dagger. It was like 48,000 damage versus this. I would need to get so many data points to like prove one way or the other what's happening, but here we are. Impossible to tell. I believe the answer is no. Oh, I have intelligence in here as well. Yeah, then the answer is definitely no. What the fuck do you use this for, man? The countdown is so that you can like bring them from one fight to the next, because typically casting Corpse Explosion should probably kill stuff. They can also get attacked, which is part of it. Maybe it's a high enough.
Oh, here we go.
Chance to proc where they expect you to like be able to cast regular corpse explosion. Since they're minions, they'll trigger Dead Razor on a non-minion build. These are my current season 4 gloves. I'm gonna roll for Blight, GA attack speed with GA intellect. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. I'm a goon. I'm a lunatic. Stop playing with me. $13, $26, $27, $35. There'll be 5 of them. It's 50. Need more attack speed. How do I get more attack speed? Need more. Need GA attack speed. That's what I need. Oh. Whoa. That was 50,000. $40,000. $50,000. Nope. Okay. So they count as minions, but just like everything else, them triggering the damage is actually you triggering the damage and not them doing the damage. So Cult Leader and stuff like that doesn't do it. What up, Scrib? Have I missed with Shadowblight yet? Not yet. But I have tested Shade Mist, yes. I do like that the first message is, have you messed with Shadowblight yet? And then a full dissertation on Shadowblight. But yes, I've messed around with the curse. I haven't made my Shadowblight build yet. Did I try Dry Steps? What's Dry Steps? I always want to try a new class. And then you stick with Necro. Hey, welcome to the Necro Sinkhole. There's a new class. The new class is from the expansion. Have I tried DN yet? Is that D's nuts? I think this item is unusable. Somebody walk me back from the edge here and explain to me what the item is meant to do. %64 lucky hit chance against a boss is not nothing. Max attack speed. Max blighted corpse explosion. Kalan's Edict doesn't show up in your character stats, Daniel. I want to actually, this is like a very good time to do this. Okay. So, people ask all the time, oh, that's cool. That's cool. So people ask all the time, hey, I should have a bunch of minion attack speed. Because Kalan's Edict on 10 minions should give me 30 attack. But it doesn't grant the Necromancer 30% minion attack speed. It grants your minions 30% minion attack speed. Now, you might go, but Mac, you fucking idiot. What's giving me minion attack speed right now? I clearly have the stat minion attack speed right here. So why wouldn't the rest of it give it to me? Because this doesn't grant your minions attack speed. This grants you the stat your minions have 10% attack speed. That's why that's right there. When you put on Mendeln, you gain more of the stat minion attack speed, which modifies how much attack speed your minions get. But you'll notice that your minions inherit 100% of your stats. Then how come your attack speed bonus isn't put into your minion attack speed? Because your attack speed bonus doesn't increase your minion attack speed stat. Your attack speed is inherited by your minions. It does not change your stat of minion attack speed. And I hate it. Blizzard even tests a new class before the DLC launches. I wish we could have good faith discussions about what we think happens when the developers develop the game. I feel like I've been like pretty consistent on this. Zoso, you've been here for a while, boss. I like you. I think you like me. Are you attempting to have a good faith discussion when you ask, will Blizzard test the new class? Is this like a good faith conversation? Do you know what I mean? Like what valuable conversation do we want to come out of this? Do we think... Let me approach the question from a place of assuming it is 100% good faith and honest. Do I think that the developers have in any way, shape, or form tested a new thing added to the game? Probably. I'd say pretty strong. I'd say pretty strong chance. Because I'm not trying to beat you over the head here. But the irony of this statement, with all the bugs discovered in the PTR being the public test realm, the purpose of which is to test a new build of the game and to suss out the bugs and be able to report them and give feedback on new systems, is like very... It's funny to me inside of a test tube, but outside of the test tube is a bit draining for me. You're not dumb, man. You're not dumb. Don't feel dumb. I'm not trying to make you feel dumb. I'm just trying to have good faith conversations. What is this item for? Yeah. Somebody who's smart. Help me to think of the best case scenario for this item. Oh, something else that we need to test. This has concussive strikes on it. Okay. Tendrils. Tendrils damage build. All right, I revoke your smart. I revoke your smart. I take that away from you. Hey, thank you, Zoso. Good luck prepping that tendrils damage build. Oof. CE with Shade Mist. To infect mobs with Shadow Dot and Blight CE to stack Shadow Blight passive explosion quickly. Now we lose out on damage. We lose out on a multiplier to gain up to 5 additional. So it's 1 Shadow Blight proc per second. To make corpses. Do they get the shadow curse? What is it called? Aura? What is it called? No. What's the name of that shade mist? Shade mist. Shade mist. Okay. Morticrux. Simulacrums count as minions. Seemingly don't carry lucky hit chance. They shouldn't. Can have 5 at a time. Those are all things. They do carry Shade Mist. Do carry Shade Mist. Now the problem with testing Shade Mist is that Shade Mist currently triggers lucky hit chance. It was one of the problems though. Okay. Oh, Death Speakers with Crew Wars. Yeah, she gained 5 more minions for Death Speakers Crew Wars. Crew Wars? Crew War? Now we're doing damage.